We're going to be singing Dominic Szoboszlai. Da, 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 da. In the first 5 minutes of the game, he just jumps Victor Osimhen. What had he had before that game? Off came the Kerkez. Right, hello everybody, welcome back to the Golden Sky. I'm Tom, and today it is the player ratings for Liverpool's 4-0 win against Galatasaray. An actually enjoyable game, you wouldn't believe it. But we do win, we go through to the next round. I am buzzing. I'm happy to announce, everybody, it is party ratings tonight. And I'll let the crowd go wild as I say that. It is party ratings. What a day today has been for me, I've got to say. We'll talk about that more in the ratings, of course. But let me just tell you one thing. If Carlsberg did days, and in fact, let me rephrase that because I didn't actually drink. So let me rephrase that too. If Yazoo's did days, and now there are other brands of milkshake out there available, but Yazoo's, as far as I'm concerned, are the cream of the crop of fake milk drinks. And if they did days, this would be the best of all days. Liverpool have won 4-0. And the other good news will, I'm sure, come up at some point in the ratings today. So let's get into that with the Muckery Index on the board, but also the group of absolute heroes that played for the Mighty Reds today and were magically good again. We're back. I'm saying it right. As far as the scale goes, the roller coaster of it's so over to we're so back. Right now, we are right at the top of it's so back. We are so back. We are back. The tricky Reds, the mighty Reds, Arne Slot's tricky little Reds are back. And we're going to beat PSG. That's what I'm saying. Hear me out. We are beating PSG. Bring it on. Bring it on, you bunch of Parisians. I'll have you. Personally. Okay, the Muckery Index. Let's talk about it. Tonight I'm in a great mood, and I'm in that much of a good mood that I didn't even mind that I had Ali and Fletch talking nonsense 6 minutes into the game. 6 minutes in, they're talking about Ali breaking his wrist. Ali's telling me it's the second most broken bone in the whole body. Cheers, Ali lad. That's why I tune into this. At one point, they started talking about a fella that only they knew. They just named a guy by his first name. They both had a little giggle about it, a little inside joke just for them. Also, Osimhen's knocking around there for half an hour, cuddling his wrist. It took 30 minutes for Ali to go, I think he's done some serious damage there to his wrist. Do you think, Ali lad? Do you think so? I don't know how you've deduced that one, you absolute genius, but I didn't even mind. And I'm not even cross at them tonight. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed listening to them just talk bollocks. I enjoyed Fletch at the end when he says, I think Noah Lang ripped his fingers off. And he said, I think he seriously injured his fingers. Like, did they actually watch? What are they doing? Apart from looking at each other's coats. I don't know. But that was great. That was fine. The main muckery today was the disallowed goal at the end is never, ever a disallowed goal. I mean, Van Dijk heads the ball. The goalie gets it on his hand, but completely collapses, honestly. Goalie looks like he's casting hairspray or something, just falls over like he's doing musical theatre. Haircut gone wild, grease all over the gaff. And then we score the goal, Maka pops up, knocks it in, toffee apple haircut, complete opposite to the goalkeeper for Galatasaray, and the ref rules it out. But let's be so honest, the ref didn't have a clue because he was meant to be the fourth official because the main ref had put his bloody back out. How's that happened? Marciniak, or whoever it was, who normally refs, he'd done his back in, God knows how. What was he doing? And then the ref, who actually refed, ruled out a perfectly good goal. I have no idea why. And Fletch wanted to rip up the whole rule book. Bit extreme, that, Fletch, but I'm all for it. Let's do it. So it's a simple Muckery Index tonight. To be honest, Galatasaray mucked around for ages. So let's go with refs. Done is back in. There we go. Keep it simple. The ref's done his back in. That was the Muckery, and let's move on to the lads who played. And we'll start with Alisson, who, believe it or not, did actually play in this game. How crap were Galatasaray? Oh my days. Have you ever seen a team that are more different at one end of the country, or the world, sorry, when they're playing in Turkey versus when they're not? They're like night and day. They were so bad. They barely even wanted to be there, it felt like. No fans in the ground, and there was basically no players in the ground either for Galatasaray. Alisson was just stood there. In fact, Alisson was so bored that when he came out for the second half, he decided to start planting piranhas in between the advertising boardings, ready for someone to run into them and have the fingers bit off. Bit tight, that, from Ali, really. He's planting thorn bushes in the middle of them. flipping, I don't know, porcupines just knocking around, everything that's sharp that you can think of. Just glass, just broken glass dotted around, thumbtacks, anything that you can think that's sharp. Ali was lacing the advertising hoardings of Anfield with it. I think it was Just Eat, the one that got Noah Lang. Not ideal for the branding of Just Eat there. Just Eat, Noah Lang's finger, apparently, ripped the whole thing off. I mean, what else was he going to do tonight, Ali? I think he made one save, and I could have saved it. He probably ordered a Just Eat. What do you reckon Ali would order from Just Eat? Like, where would he go? Who knows? Do you reckon he's ever ordered a Just Eat? He probably does, doesn't he? Or he maybe orders, like, maybe he has a Just Eat, but specifically for barbecues. Who knows? Like, it's a 6, innit? He didn't do nothing at all. Literally nothing. It was the easiest game of his life. Had his tights on, though, of course, just to keep warm. Obviously, naturally. We'll go to Frimmers. The boy Frimpong knocked his headband off at one point. That was always fun. I'm always on headband watch. Always. Never miss a trick with headband watch. He jumped with some fella. Frimpong's headband just popped right off his head like an ejector seat. Just popped off. He picked that shit right up. Last night in the NBA, I'm switching sports here. In the NBA, in the basketball world, someone's shoe came off. And they played with the shoe in their hand and blocked a shot with a shoe. I've never seen anything like it, and the refs didn't like it either. They blew for all sorts of fouls, right? I think Frimpong should be able to use his headband like a slingshot. You know, like he can, if they're gonna score, he can whip it off. Have like a few marbles or something packed in the headband, and he can just fire them at people if need be. If we get ourselves in a sticky situation, I think he should load it up with weapons. Maybe nick some of Ali's piranhas that he'd lobbed in the advertising hoardings, fire them at some people if people were getting a bit lippy at Anfield there. But who knows? Frimpong, pretty quiet tonight, wasn't he? Really? I mean, every time he went forward, he put a cross in. It seemed to get blocked, and he's actually mastered the old swing it in and cause an own goal cross as well. Jamie Carragher will be thrilled playing against Frimpong. He'd have 25 own goals a season if he'd had to play against Frimpong every week. He runs down the wing, he puts a cross in, and there, lads, knock it in the net. This one was offside. Okay, unfortunately, that doesn't count, but Singo, Dingo, Ringo put the ball right in the net, and great finish for him, to be fair. Lefty, but didn't count. So, disappointing. Frimpong, I thought he was fine. I'm just going to give him a 6 as well, to be honest. I don't think he was amazing. There was a lot of Liverpool players who were very good today. Frimpong, I don't really think was one of them. I thought he was just sound. He got brought off after an hour. I liked to see him playing right back. That was actually handy. He didn't have to do any defending at all. And we'll touch on that now when we talk about big Ibu Konate, right? Now, Konate barely had to do anything tonight. Barely a thing. Why? Because in the first 5 minutes of the game, he just jumps Victor Osimhen. That was proper sound of him. Loved it. He comes out the blocks. He jumped him. It's like Osimhen had seen an alien and they had to send the men in black to jump out of a taxi with his suit on and just pure jump him, beat the shit out of him until he's not going to talk to anybody. He just gets right on him, knees him in the wrist. Have you ever seen a fella break someone's wrist with a knee? Well, Ibu did tonight. What did he put in there? Full rhino blood, just charging into someone's knee, just rhinoed him up in the air, snapped his wrist off, and that was it. It was like he owed him serious amounts of money, just completely jumped him, sparked him out. Osimhen was on the floor having a cry for about 10 minutes. Barnacle Boy there from SpongeBob, if he played for Galatasaray. If you don't know Barnacle Boy, give him a Google, because that's who Osimhen looks like, I'm telling you, with that mask on. Like a wannabe Batman from, I don't know, Etsy, or not Etsy, what's the other one? Shein. He's like Batman from Shein. Osimhen with his mask. I reckon he should get some designs on it or something. But his armband didn't help. He just spent the whole game then knocking around, cuddling his wrist. Have you ever seen anything like it? He just stopped playing. They played with 10 men the whole first half. It was unbelievable. I mean, personally, I loved it. They even wanted to bring a sub on for him, and he was like, nah, what are you doing? Don't bring a sub on. I'm sound over here. Can you see me just walking around, not even looking at the ball? It was madness. I've honestly never seen anything like it. It wasn't even like he was trying. I seen Beckenbauer back in the day ripped his shoulder off playing in the World Cup. He's got his arm in a sling. He played quality. That's how you play injured. Osimhen was just knocking around, literally cuddling his wrist like it was a newborn baby. Never ever seen anything like it. Like he picked up a lost bird or something and had to nurture it back to health, except it was just his arm, and he went off at half time anyway. I mean, what was all that about? Seriously, then he had a scrap with somebody. Konate jumped him. It was like he was part of the mob. I wouldn't know, because I know absolutely naff all about what being in the mob is really like, apart from the movies, but I feel like that's what they do. He would Send Konate to do the dirty work. He'd knee someone in the wrist, and that'd be it. They'd be out for the count, and they have to come off at half time. For that alone, I think it's worth a 7 or an 8. I'm going to give him an 8 because it was dead funny. Like, let's be so honest, it's dead funny that Konate came over and just needed someone. And he was pretty good tonight as well. But the martial arts always gets at a bonus point on the Golden Skies ratings. It probably is a 7. But I'll give him an 8 for ripping someone's arm off with his knee. Unbelievable how that happened. Van Dijk, next to him, again, very, very little to do. And he's like the leader of the mob. He doesn't have to do any of the dirty work. He sends Konate in to go and jump someone. He's the one who sent the men in black to go and handle the fella who's getting a bit too lippy about aliens. Remember that time that we were going to storm Area 51? What the hell was that all about? Remember that? Everyone remembers that, right? That was a mental time. But Van Dijk, he's cool as a cucumber there. He should have had an assist, I suppose, for the last goal when he heads it. And like breeds near the goalkeeper who fell over. Sporticus there from Lazy Town. Falling on the floor every 2 seconds. Referee just every time gives a foul. Like, it was hook, line and sinker. This ref did not have a clue. Every single time one of them lot fell down, it was like, oh my god, he's dead. He's got to be dead. It was hilarious. And Arne Slot, let's talk about him for a second. What had he had before that game? And the only answer is a couple lines of Lemo, because he was off his tits tonight, just off his absolute rocker. Let me tell you, every time it panned him, he was jumping up and down, he was screaming, you could see he was swearing his head off, he's like legging up and down the touchline. What had got into him? Had someone give him like a pack of half of Skittles or something, and just pure E numbers just loaded up his mouth? Every drug in the world he'd taken tonight before he went out on there. He was absolutely wired. And then you've got their manager stood there with his full suit on and his gala scarf, looking like an absolute baller, by the way. Like, that's a cool look. For all intensive purposes, that's a cool look as a manager, to have your Galatasaray scarf on. Pristine, just dead cool. Meanwhile, Arne Slot's in his bomber, like he's gone out on the town at flipping 16, going absolutely off his rocker, been letting the clubs underage, just losing it to some shite house music. Honestly, he was going berserk. And Van Dijk played footy. That's all I can say. It was as easy a game as Van Dijk could ever possibly play. I'll just give him a 7 on account of him not knocking someone's arm off, like I said, shattering bones like he's Thanos or something. Just pure, I don't know, just crushing his arm with a kneecap. Unbelievable. Kerkez was absolutely boss. Just boss. So good. Fresh mullet. Love it. Unbelievable. Just like the most mental hair you've ever seen. Looks like he's straight out of an 80s, how do I phrase this nicely? An 80s X-rated movie that you get from Blockbuster or something like that. Could you get them from Blockbuster? I don't know. I wasn't knocking about in the 80s or anything like that. I don't know. You've got the gist, guys. You've got the gist. It looks like he belongs in a magazine or something like that. Let me put it that way, maybe. And he just set the tone tonight because he was on full honey badger smoke, just smashing everything that moved, whether they were in red or whatever kit Galatasaray were playing in that I've already forgotten. He was not on anything other than smoke tonight. Michael B. Jordan just won the flipping Oscar for playing Smoke and Stack. Well, Kerkez had combined the two and was just fighting everybody like a pure vampire out there, just smashing into everybody that moved. Great performance, got the crowd going. Great on the ball as well. Really, really solid. And when he's like that in Anfield, the cauldron that it was tonight, Wednesday night, Champions League, must win. He's the perfect player. He's the one who's going to set the tone, get the crowd up. And he loved it. There was one point where he makes a clear foul and you can hear him on the mic going, nah, 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 like he's Horrid Henry or something. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. If there was one fella in our team who was going to be Horrid Henry, you'd cast Kirko all day long. One point, the ball's coming to him, he slips over, starts playing Twister, just breakdancing like he's Ashley from Diversity. Unbelievable, so funny. Still got it, put the cross in, shite cross. Doesn't matter one bit. I put my undies right on my head for Kerkez every day of the week. I love him. I'm giving him an 8 because he's just ace. He's just ace, isn't he? You know what I mean? And Gravenberch was ace as well tonight. Gets a goal, lovely goal, follows it in, lefty, didn't even know it had gone in because it hits the camera. That's always a good one. That goes in, I'm like, have we scored? Gravenberch is celebrating. I think everyone's cheering. Ali and Fletch aren't bloody watching, so that's no help, as per usual. We've got the Ali and Fletch podcast on. What we're talking about at this point, honestly, could be literally anything. Could be like Mongolian flute. It could be. You don't know. It could be that. But it wasn't. It was Ryan Gravenberch scoring a goal to really kill the tie at that point. That was 3-0, and that was the tie over. That was Galatasaray. See you absolutely later. I'm sick of playing you this season, chaps. Thank you for coming. See you in Turkey. Never again. I don't ever want to go back there. You beat us twice. They were both crap. Both games then were awful. Thank you for coming. We'll see you later. We'll play PSG. We're going to smash them. We're going to win the Champions League. We're going to win the FA Cup. And we're still mathematically in the chance of the title. The treble is on, folks. Something like that anyway, I think. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself just a little bit. But Gravenberch was excellent tonight. Really good in the middle. Looked a lot more mobile than I've seen in recent weeks, just flying forward. And I don't think it's a surprise that our midfield looked a lot better today when we actually played the diamond again. It's not rocket science. It's like I've been saying this all season. When we play the diamond, we have the personnel to play a diamond. You can get players around. You can pass the ball easily. I thought Gravenberch was really good. Driving forward like we see from him all the time, but doing it frequently, running past players. Admittedly, Galatasaray were done with running after the first half and barely ran in the first half either. I mean, flipping Lamina came out. My God. There must be a surplus of, what's it called, like muscle tape in Turkey. How flipping much does he have on his legs? Oh my God, he had about 15 different colours. It was like he'd done a collage on himself. Absolutely unbelievable there. But Gravenberch dominated him. Dominated everybody. I'm giving him an 8. Solid performance. Let's go to McAllister. So he should have had a goal as well at the end. But it was a Posh Lallana special corner. It's been a while since Posh Lallana's knocked up with a set piece since he arrived. He was genius, transformed our set pieces. And if you don't know who Posh Lallana is, it's a fella on the bench who I think might be in charge of set pieces now. It looks like if Adam Lallana was ever so slightly posher. You're up to speed now. There you go. He sits looking at an iPad all game long, and he's obviously drawn that one up where Maka goes and takes the corner, which I actually said was weird. I said, oh, Maka's taking it. That's a bit strange. Never takes him from this side, normally Salah. And then he fires the ball across, and obviously we'll talk about the goal from Szoboszlai in a second, but good corner from Maka, even if he did slightly mess it up, because it's obviously meant to be on Szoboszlai's right foot, not his left. It doesn't matter in the end. I thought Maka played really well tonight, to be honest. Really well. He plays 90 again. I don't know if I love that. But great performance from him. Like, just looked a lot more comfortable, and the game was a lot easier for him, and it seems to be that way in the Champions League. I don't really know why, whether it's like just the style of the game or whatever it is, but he seems to be able to control the game more and get on the ball, not have to cover as much ground. We also seem to be able to dominate possession in the offensive territory a lot better as well. So, you know, happy days from Maka. Love to see that from him. I'm going to give him a 7. Not quite as good as Gravenberch, but I'll give him a 7. Dominic Szoboszlai, though, this fella could have my babies, and I mean that with all my heart. I love him, and that's I could end the rating there. I absolutely love him. He's the next captain of Liverpool, without a shadow of a doubt. Okay, I want to grow my hair like him. Okay, I want to change my name legally to Dominic Szoboszlai, right? And he just set the tone with that beautiful goal for what turned out to be a really easy win in the end. But fantastic performance from Szoboszlai tonight. Even before the goal, he was sprinting after every loose ball, winning it back, winning balls at right back, winning balls in the midfield. And it's no surprise to me that when he plays number 8, you get this performance from him, and you get this performance from Liverpool as well. He has to play number 8. He has to. He's so good there. Just so good. Smashes in a goal with his left foot. I nearly jumped out up through the roof when that one went in. Like, he strikes the ball so cleanly, it makes me just want to like stand up and applaud every single time. Even at one that didn't go in, and it just gave me tingles all through my body just looking at his beautiful little face. Honestly, and to top it, I mean, let's say it like it is now. Right, today, ladies and gents, I've bought a house. That's the news. I've bought a house. Liverpool have won 4-0. Szoboszlai's the best player ever. We're through to the next round. I've bought a gaff. You're going to be seeing me in a new gaff in the months to come. If Yazoo's did days, let me tell you that much. Szoboszlai's my dad. I love him. I wish he was anyway. Sorry, Dad, if you're watching, but Szoboszlai 10. It's obvious, isn't it? What a performance. The final's in Budapest. He's dragging us there, chaps. He's dragging us there, I'm telling you. He's taking us all the way. We're going to be singing Dominic Szoboszlai in the streets of Budapest. We're going to be lining up. having goulash left, right, and centre. I'll have it for breakfast, lunch, and tea. I'll have it tomorrow just for you, Dom. Oh, nom, 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 nom. I'll have it all. Oh, I'm so buzzing tonight, chaps. It's Dominic Szoboszlai. My first meal in my gaff is going to be a nice bowl of goulash. It has to be. Wirtz, let's move on. Let's move on quickly before I offend the nation of Hungary anymore. Florian Wirtz tonight, excellent. Again, so good. Silky on the ball, gets an assist for Salah's goal, I believe. That was his only one of the night. I can't quite remember everything now. It all just blurred into one at the end. The game was a complete joke by the end. No one was playing at all. It was easy for Wirtz. I mean, playing in number 10, believe it or not, it helps. Again, like playing him with a striker that he can hit or two, it helps. Around good players, it helps. He was excellent. Yeah, really good. Had a lot of other chances that he created in the game. Silky dribbling, just weaving his way through players in the box, putting crosses in. Had one that he crossed into Ekitike that he decided to start just chesting up in the air like he's in zero gravity at a trampoline park, something like that. I don't know. It was just a magic showing from Wirtz again. Not like anything that's going to set the world on fire by any means. Let's not get that misconstrued. But a good performance. And I might put posters of him on my wall in my new house. I mean, I might. Just all over the place. As soon as you walk in, there's a portrait of Florian Wirtz and Dominic Szoboszlai having a little cuddle. And then me, as a baby, photoshopped. What am I even on about? Photoshopped underneath a hole in me. That's my family right there. Dominic Szoboszlai and Florian Wirtz, and then baby Tom right there. I mean, I'm going to have to figure all sorts of stuff out. I don't even know how to do washing. Like, this is a serious business that I'm walking into here. I don't even know what I'm doing, okay? But here I am, applying for mortgages. Like, what's happened today? What has happened, ladies and gents? I don't know. But that's the fourth wall into my life. So, verse 8. I need to figure out where I'm going to put my bread. Like, what cupboard am I going to put my bread in? Who knows? Oh, where am I going to have breakfast? I've got to have, like, a Florian Wirtz breakfast station, haven't I? In honour of him, like a shrine. Whenever I have me breakfast, I'll have I'll get me picture of Wirtz down, I'll put it in front of me, and I'll have me brekkie right there every morning, like I'm having it with him. And he'd be buzzing about that. I reckon he'd love to come round for brekkie. I reckon if I invited him round, he'd come over. If I said, listen, Flo lad, we're going to have brekkie together, me and you, I'll make you whatever you want. You can have all the bratwurst, that's German, innit? And whatever else you want. Schnitzel, do you want some schnitzel? I'll give you some schnitzel, lad. And you can have that for brekkie. He'd come round straight away. I know he would. Mo Salah. What on earth? I mean, what even was that performance from Salah? How do you talk about that? I don't know. I think he played well. I think, overall. We get the penalty, obviously, by the way, which Szoboszlai won. I haven't even talked about that with Szoboszlai. Wins the penalty. Loved the way that he pulled his sock down to show everybody, even the Muppets on VAR, that, yeah, look, I'm cut. Even you Muppets can't rule this one out, you bunch of absolute melons over there, you big weapons. And Salah takes... Everyone in my gaff is going, Szoboszlai take it, Szoboszlai take it. And I'm saying, guys, you're going to have to pipe down, unfortunately, because there's not a hope in hell Dominic Szoboszlai is taking this penalty. And sure enough, he wasn't. Mo Salah was taking the penalty, which I knew. Was I confident? Not really. Am I ever? When it comes to Salah taking pens? Not really. He chipped it down the middle, sort of hit it down the middle, didn't even really chip it for a laugh. Dead sound of him to do that, though, because second half he decided, I don't want my 50th goal or whatever it was, the record he got tonight in the Champions League like that. I want to score a trademark Salah world. He plays a little 1-2 with Wirtz. And he was cooking at this point, Salah. The confidence was back. He was really playing well in that second half when we started to really put on the burners. Gets the ball, curls it. You can see it was in straight away. Beautifully cut into the far post. Happy days. And that was 4-0. That was the end of the game. But then, the weirdest thing happened. He got injured and asked to be subbed. Like, that's never happened with Salah. That's when you know. That's like the first time you ever beat your dad in a race or an arm wrestle. And you realise, like, oh, Christ, he's getting on a bit, this old fart here, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's like what happened tonight. Did he get a muscle injury? Who knows? I've never seen him get one before. Hopefully not. Hope he's okay, because tonight he actually played well. I'm going to give him... I think it's a 7 with the missed pen. Would have probably given him an 8 if he didn't miss that pen. But great goal, contributed well, lovely assist for Ekitike's goal on the right foot. Maybe it is an 8, maybe it's a bit harsh, but the penalty miss maybe just brings it down. And I don't want to change now, put the 7. So Do you know, I will. I'm going to change because it's Mo Salah, lad, and he's a legend, and it's party ratings. And guess what? When he scored the 4th goal, off came the keks. Get his watch apps. The undies were on the head. They were. My Mo Salah undies, they were right on my head. It's been so long. I've had them on for weeks and months, right? Morocco, by the way, have you heard this? Morocco have won AFCON. I know you're thinking, what? They've stripped Senegal of the title. I saw this today. They've stripped Senegal of the title. They'll give it to Morocco. Well, in that case, I'm crowning Salah the winner of all AFCONs that have ever happened. If this is the business we're in, as far as I'm concerned, Salah's won 16 AFCONs. He's not even played in 16, so there we go. He's my hero, my king. I love him so much. And Ekitike, I love him as well. Scored the goal that put us ahead in the tie after Salah's brilliant cross. And then hits us with this celebration. I can only assume it's from anime. Again, if there's any of you watching who are anime experts, I know next to nothing about anime, right? Pretty much next to nothing, apart from a couple titles. I'm not going to say them because I know nothing about them, so it is what it is. But his celebration has to be, I imagine it's from anime or possibly TikTok, in which case I don't have a clue what I'm doing. He looks away, he's got his thumb out like this, he's looking away, and then all of a sudden, it's like his thumb's down. Hang on, I'm trying to do this on the camera. It's very difficult. Thumbs down there like that. He's looking away, and then all of a sudden, it's like, bang, my thumb's up, and now I'm looking at you. One of these ones, folks. And he's looking at the crowd. Did you get that? I don't think I did that out all that well, really. They're not going to give me an Oscar, that's for sure. I'm like Leo DiCaprio, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. I think that's the saying. Great celebration. Played the last half an hour of the game with his socks around his ankles and his keks on his knees, just full on arse out. Calvin's on show. Unbelievable. Just pure peaches knocking about the pitch. Crazy work. I'm giving him a 7. I thought he was good. Good goal. Took it well. What else can you say? What else can you say? Well, who's the next round? Let me have this one. Let me have some joy for once in my life when it comes to Liverpool. And then we brought Jones on, and the crowd went mild, didn't it, really? I mean, he's not an exciting sub at all. He came on, he played right back. He did all right. At one point, he made a run past Szoboszlai. Well, he tried to run past Szoboszlai in the overlap, and Ali's losing his goddamn mind over there, going, oh, he should have given it. So, look at Jones, he's made a great run. And Jones is honestly 30 yards behind Szoboszlai by the time Szoboszlai has the shot. And then he runs past him, and he's like, Don, why didn't you pass me the ball? Like, have a day off, Curtis, lad. Curtis Cones was sat on the bench. Thought that was funny. Kieran Morrison. Every time I see him now, I'm going to think of Curtis Cones. Curtis Jones came on. I'll give him a 6. It was fine. He was fine. Oh, God. Then I see Gakpo's coming on. We were looking at something else. I can't remember. It might have been when Noah Lang ripped his finger off. We're looking at somebody else. I think it was. And we're watching that for ages. And then the camera cuts and you see Gakpo coming on. And you're like, oh, God. No, not this. And he comes on there. He's got that massive cast on, looking like... It looks like he had a cast put on. Like he broke his wrist, had a cast put on. And then the cast got stung by bees or something, and it just swole up in, like, insane amounts. Like, it looks ridiculous. Osimhen could have bloody used it. Gakpo should have slid it off, give it to Osimhen in the first half, and then maybe he'd have stopped having a cry and a moan. That said, Gakpo came on. Did he even touch the ball? No. Is that a good thing? You're damn right it is. I certainly won't be having any pictures of Gakpo in my gaff unless I have a rage room, at which point I might put him in the shed and or maybe a dartboard. No, I'm kidding. Listen, I don't hate Gakpo that much. I don't hate him at all, actually. I just think he's a bit crap, especially this season. I'm giving him a 6. Nyoni was there. He looks bigger. That's something I always think. Every time I see him, he looks bigger. There really isn't a lot to say. I think he made one pass, and he actually tackled Rio to make that pass. And the crowd was fuming because everyone just wants to see Rio do step-overs, to be honest, and we'll talk about him in a second. Trey comes on. He probably gets an appearance bonus, doesn't he, for that? Which, honestly, good for him. I hope you have a belt in-house, Trey, lad. I don't even know if you live on your own yet or whatever, but if you do, go spend that appearance fee on something good, my friend. And if you've got any left over, send it to me and I'll buy some pots and pans with it, because I'm going to need pots and pans. How do I even decide which ones I buy? Who knows? 6. Chiesa comes on, just pure cheesing the whole game. Runs on the pitch cheesing. Warming up cheesing. Just the happiest fella you've ever seen in your life. Just like nothing phases this fella. The fact he plays 2 minutes a week for Liverpool, he couldn't be happier about it. And I couldn't be happier for him. He comes on, he's utterly crap every single time he comes on. Doesn't do anything good, ever. Literally ever. But he's always there. He's always happy. And I'm always happy to see him. The crowd sang his name. They sang for Gerrard. You're telling me it wouldn't be a bit fun to have Gerrard as manager? When you heard that Steve Gerrard chant, can you imagine that as if he was interim manager? It's not going to happen, but can you imagine? Oh, it would hit so good. It really would. I'll give Chiesa a 6. I'm not going to criticize too much today on party ratings, but Rio comes on. Rio is the most fun player to watch ever. He is so fun. He come on tonight. I reckon his step over per minute ratio must have been about 50. Every time he touched the ball, and he was only on for 5 minutes, he did about 15 step overs, and they're at the speed of light. I love it. He just toys with the defenders who were barely playing at this point, to be honest. But you can't tackle him, dribbling around everybody, makes such good decisions on the ball. I think his decision making is so good for his age. Like the way he punches passes into the box, such accuracy. Did one to Maka, for example. Yeah, I mean, really, really good performance in very, very limited time. Didn't do a whole lot. I'm not going to get overboard, but I will give him a 7 just because he is more fun than anybody else, pretty much in the whole squad. I have forgot to mention, Salah basically missed an open goal as well. Maybe that should have knocked him back down to a 7 when I think it was Ekitike squared it to him. Brilliant from Ekitike to do that, but he did miss Szoboszlai. He also had a tap in. Then Allister, I think, missed a great chance, and then Ekitike missed a header. It all happened in a split second, and I did forget to mention that. But now I have mentioned it, so you can all sleep easy tonight. Whew. And that, ladies and gents, is the ratings. The party ratings are done and dusted, and if you did enjoy them, please do leave a like on the video. We're trying to get to 35 likes on every video, so if you can help me hit that like target, that would be much appreciated. We're also trying to get to 500 subscribers, and we are getting closer. We are not too far away now, so if you are new around here, you did enjoy, please do click subscribe. Podcast listeners, follow the show, 5-star rating and reviews. You guys know what to do. I will be back, hopefully, within the coming days to analyse this game. A happy one to analyse. What we did well for once. What a nice treat that will be. And then, of course, preview on Friday. So I will see you at the very least on Friday with the preview, hopefully with a tactics video tomorrow. I'll see where I end up with that one. I will try my best. But until then, guys, thanks for watching. Goodbye.